What's up, YouTube? Welcome to Cliff 76. This is a Michelin Pilot Sport 4S Max Performance Summer Tire. The price isn't cheap and there's a lot of hype around it. Can it live up to the hype? And is it really worth the price? Jump in for another ride and let's find out. I've had the factory tires on my 2014 Shelby GT500 since it was new. It was actually delivered in May of 2013. So, it was definitely time for an upgrade. 10-year-old tires is probably not safe whatsoever. Let me begin really quick by explaining why the Michelin Pilot Sport 4S was my personal choice for my particular application. First of all, I was looking for all-around performance, and the Michelin Pilot Sport 4S has an excellent reputation for its all-around performance characteristics. Now, I've had cars with insanely loud exhaust, running around town on bi-splice slicks, and let's face it, those cars are an absolute blast. But I bought this car new, and right out of the gate, I super enjoyed the fact that it had great power all the way through the power curve, still had a manual in it, still had a live axle in it, and it was so quiet, so enjoyable. And in Texas, it's hot. The AC works great, the stereo works great. I can take my son out, I can take my wife out. We can go to a weekend cruise, we can just go to back roads. And honestly, sometimes it's great just to get out and drive by yourself and think a little bit. And so I wanted a tire that was quiet. I didn't want a loud tire. And if you know about the factory tires that came on these cars, you know they're loud, especially as they start getting old. Well, sometime back, my buddy Clayton and I had actually picked up a set of pull-off 2013 Shelby GT500 wheels with only a couple hundred miles on them. So these things have been sitting on my shelf for quite a long time. So we pulled off the factory tires and got these mounted up as soon as they hit the door. So on the factory SVT Performance Pack wheels, we got 285 35/20s in the back and 265 40/19s in the front. As soon as I got these tires balanced, one of the first things that I noticed was how little weight that it actually took to balance these tires. There's one small 4-ounce weight down at the bottom, and there's about 1 ounce up at the top up here. And compared to the factory tires, that is a huge difference because the amount of weight that it took to balance the factory tires was pretty substantial. Now, the Michelin Pilot Sport is a directional tire. It's marked inside and outside on the sidewall. And a quick note about the sidewall, where the Michelin logo is, it has this softer rubber material here showing the Michelin logo. And it's actually kind of cool. It makes the tires stand out. I wasn't sure I was going to like it before I got them on the car, but the rears are already mounted up on the car and they look fantastic. Now, when it comes to the tread design of the Michelin Pilot Sport 4S, the tread isn't necessarily as aggressive looking as many other tires out on the market. My understanding is that this tire actually has different compounds on the inner and outer portion of the tire, making it applicable for rain, hot weather, traction, cornering, that sort of application. So I actually found some information out on the internet and I thought it was kind of cool because I could print it the exact size and lay it across the tire. So let's check it out. So I tried to get this printed as close to the tire size as possible. So it may not be exact, but you can see by the design here that's printed that the outer perimeter of the tire is designed for more dry traction, cornering performance, that sort of application. And the inside is actually a different compound and it's designed for more inclement weather, wet conditions, that sort of application. Although I really don't drive this car in wet weather, inclement conditions, my son and I, if we leave for cars and coffee, a lot of times there may be dew on the road, sprinkler systems go off, things like that. So one of the things that I was concerned about is I didn't want a tire that was just strictly a dry performance tire that can get loose in wet weather. So that's the reason why I decided to go with this tire, because of its wet weather reputation and safety concerns. So the Michelin Pilot Sport 4S does come with a 30,000 mile warranty and they are speed rated at 186 miles per hour, which is a huge safety factor. So let's get the fronts mounted up on the Shelby and see how these tires actually perform in a real world application. want to thank our friends over at Desk Zone USA for the amazing apparel. After this video, please click on the link below. Check out their website, check out the apparel. You have got to try their coffee. We are going to review the Michelin Pilot Sport PS4S. And my first initial thought about these tires before I ever get off of my road is the fact that they pick up a lot of gravel, so they are sticky. So we're easing through an S-curve here on the new tires, and first impressions, they are very impressive. Initial steer-in. Now, to be fair, comparing them with the old original 10-year-old tires isn't exactly appropriate. On the drive, we are going to take some back roads for about the first 15-20 miles, and then we're going to hit some pretty good tollway interstates, and we'll see how they do on the highway. Initial thoughts on the back roads, these tires are a blast. Now, to be fair, these roads are pretty crappy, these back roads that we're on, so there is quite a bit of road noise off of them. I'm curious to see how they do when we get up on better highway. Okay, so we just transitioned to an asphalt road, and the tires are absolutely dead smooth now. A little smooth downshift, and we're going to dive into the turn. It settles in amazing through the apex, easy on the throttle when we come out, and it settles right in. Second part of the S-curve, we brake slightly through the apex, and we come out accelerating. Very impressive. So I haven't done anything with the dB meter or anything, but as we drive it, the noise level on the tires actually seems to have decreased a little bit. And that could be just needing temperature in the tires. And as the tires have come up to temperature, the ride hasn't done anything but improve. Alright, so we are about to hit the highway and see how the Michelin PS4S does on here. First impression is extremely stable between 80 and 85 miles per hour, no issues at all. Still a little bit of road noise, but nothing unbearable by any stretch of the imagination. Smooth ride. Now I do have the adjustable suspension set at the normal and not sport. Not sure how much of that sound we had going on over the horizon. The sound coming off the Michelin is way different than it was on the original equipment Goodyears. It's not bad or worse, it's just different. Alright, so we are now getting on the George Bush Turnpike. Curve coming up ahead, about 70 miles per hour. Just ease out of the throttle just a little, turn in. Very nice. Extremely stable. Question, does the Michelin Pilot Sport 4S live up to the hype? It does. Is it worth the cash? I would have to say yes. If you need a tire like this, probably not. If you want a tire like this, you absolutely do.